And once again, I'd like to welcome you guys back to another episode of Hollywood Insiders. And I'm your host, John Shaft. Today's spotlight is on Evelyn Champane King. The story, the washroom discovery. Evelyn King's career is one of the most famous Cinderella stories in music history. Evelyn ended up being discovered in an office restroom while working with both her parents at Philadelphia International Records as an office cleaner. Producer Theodore T. Life overheard a teenager singing a Sam Cooke song while working and immediately knew she had superstar potential. By 1977, her debut album, Smooth Talk, launched her into global stardom. Her breakout single, Shame, became a massive crossover hit, recorded when she was just 16 years old. As the disco era faded, King didn't disappear. Instead, she teamed up with pioneers, producer Capshift. Together, they completely revolutionized the sound of the 1980s by introducing heavy synthesizers into in this experimental era birthed back-to-back hits like I'm in Love and Love Calm Down, solidifying her status as a multiple decade icon whose music continues to be heavily sampled by modern DJs and featured in massive video games like Grand Theft Auto. What she is doing today, Evelyn Champane King, is highly active and still dominates live stages, global concerts. She is currently co-heading major throwback R&B events, including the Take Home tour alongside Lisa, and performing at major venues like the U2 Theater in Los Angeles and the Dale Music Center in Philadelphia. For music cruises, she remains a prime fixture on major live music events, officially locked into the up-and-coming Soul Train and the old school cruise lines. Preserving the legacy, inducted into the Dance Music Hall of Fame, she actively uses her social media platform to engage with new generations of funk and disco fans while continually to tour globally. From cleaning office building in Philly to dominating the global Billboard charts, Evelyn Champane King didn't just survive the end of the disco era. She reinvented herself to rewrite the rules of 1980s R&B. Decades later, her voice remains as smooth, powerful, and electrifying as ever as she continues to perform for thousands of fans worldwide. What is your Evelyn Champane King favorite track? Is it Shame, Love Calm Down, or I'm in Love? Drop your favorite in the comments below. If you love this deep dive, make sure you hit that like button, share it too, and subscribe to Hollywood Insiders. And hit the notification bell so that you would know when we are featuring legendary stars and artists like Evelyn Champane King. Their music pedigree and childhood prep, while the restroom discovery at Sigma Sound Studio makes a great headline. King was not an untrained amateur. She grew up in a household completely immersed in professional music. The father language. Her father, Eric King, was a veteran backup singer who performed with legendary doo-wop groups like the Oreo and the Hoptones at the famous Apollo Theater. The mother's role. Her mother managed a local Philadelphia band called Red Quality, ensuring musical equipment was always around the house. The siblings. One of 8 children, Evelyn learned rhythm early on by watching her oldest brother play and teaching him how to play the drums. The secret origin of Champane. When 16-year-old Evelyn signed her contract with RCA Records, executives felt that a legal birth name, Evelyn King, sounded entirely too grown up for a teenager. The nickname Champane was added to her name to bring a youthful, bubbling sparkle to her image, according to Encyclopedia. Ironically, her mature, deep vocal delivered on tracks like Shane was so advanced that earlier radio DJ openly doubted she was actually a teenager. Engineering the post-disco boogie sound. When the anti-disco backlash threatened to ruin her career momentum in 1980s, King survived by radically adapting her production style. Her partnership with multiple instrumentalists and producer Cafe changed the entire landscape of 1980s urban music. The center shift, moving away from traditional live horn section and strings arrangement. Caskets introduced the minimal boot bass synthesizer and over OBX core, whatever that is. The sonic fingerprint. This technical shift birthed her 1981 smash I'm in Love. In 1982, Love Comes Down. Masterminding a brand new sub-genre known as Electron Boogie or Post-Disco Souls. Historical impact. Her breakout track Shame became one of the very first songs in music history to achieve RI group status, sold solely on 12 single sales, as noted in her retrospective feature. Surviving the industry as a minor because she achieved massive fame so young. King frequently toured with adults, musical titans who drew wild parties on the road. She spent her formative teenage years opening for funk icons like Rick James and Parliament Funkadelic. You guys know about Rick James and Parliament Funkadelic. To keep her safe and grounded amid the chaos, touring culture of the late 70s and early 80s, her mother strictly champagne on her to single venues, shielding her from the dark excesses of the entertainment business. And so that's going to do it for this look back at Miss Evelyn Champane King and this edition of Hollywood Insiders. So let us know down in the comments which is your favorite track Evelyn Champane King has put out. For myself, it's so many I can't even name all of them. You don't hear too much of her radio and music nowadays on the radio. But then again, I don't listen to the radio too much either. Most time I'm on YouTube. Go figure. But this is a great artist. I really love her music. We are about in the same age group. I do believe she's 66 and I'm 64, so I'm actually 2 years behind her. But this is definitely a wonderful artist for some of you young people, if you're not familiar with her, to check out. Again, she came around during the disco era in the 1970s and the 1980s. And if you was not alive back then, you missed out on the treat being around in the disco era. Not only was I around, I was a teenager myself during the disco era. Truly missed that time too. I wish it would come back, but it is what it is. Once again, we thank you for watching with us and tuning in to each and every episode of Hollywood Insiders. And I'm your host, John Chaff. Again, don't forget to hit the like button, share button, and subscribe. That way you do not miss out on some of the the memories, look back of these great artists such as Evelyn Champane King. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.